Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow travelers. Obelix here, back with you today from Just Not Enough Mods 2. How y'all doing today? So, last time we went into the nether and played with all the bad things in there, as well as built this guy. The dank storage dank. It's a pretty cool little block that allows you to hold a bunch of things. Yeah, that's it. All kinds of stuff. You can actually use tools. You can place blocks into the world. It will suck up blocks from the world and just gives you a whole crap ton more inventory space, which is awesome. So today, guys, I want to work in the house because, you know, as we noticed last time, we're running a little low on some ores. I have plenty of the ore blocks, but I don't have the ingots. And we have ore duplification, meaning we put one ore in, we get 2 ingots out. Today I want to work on ore triplification. 1 ore in, 3 ingots out. Not too hard to do with Mekanism. And it's where I really like to be in the early game. I like to get there fairly quickly. I feel like we've kind of already been dawdling a little bit, so I want to get to work on that today. A while ago we created this guy and set him up so he would process ore into powder, turn the powder into ingots, and then put the ingots over here. So we put in 1 ore, we get 2 ingots out over here. I think it's time for an upgrade, and I think we're going to go to 3 times ore processing. And that's going to get us a little better suited to move forward. So to do that, we are going to need to make a purification chamber, an electrolytic separator, words in my mouth not coming out. We need to make a purification chamber, an electrolytic separator, and an electronic pump. Yes, those are words in my mouth. So let's see what it's going to take to make these bad boys. So we're going to make the purification chamber, and as with all things in Mekanism, it comes in, you can build the factories or you can build the base unit. We just want the base unit for now. So to do that, we are going to need to make another enrichment chamber and then put some fanciness in it. Some fanciness. So purification, blah, 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 blah. Purification chamber ain't that bad. Now, what about an electrolytic separator? There we go. So the only weird thing in here is this guy, the electrolytic core, which really ain't that bad. We just got to crush up some bits and bobs, stick them in a crafting grid, and we're good to go. And last but not least, we need to make a pump. Now to make the pump, again, not that bad. We're going to have to make several of these casings, crush up some ore. We're going to need some fluid pipes, and we're going to need some gas pipes, and then we're going to need some item pipes as well. So we've already used the item pipes. Remember, we have them underneath here. If we pop it down here, let's see, let's just go 1 floor. Wait, hello, could it go? Thank you. Right here we have item pipes. So these are logistical transporters, or what they're called in Mekanism. They're just item pipes. So we've got some of those already. You've seen them. But we will need some gas pipes and some fluid pipes, which you have not seen. So let me go ahead and craft up a boatload of resources. Well, we already got some of these guys. Let me go ahead and get some other Mekanism related resources gathered up and ready to go, and then we'll start craftigating. Alright, so some work has happened. We've got pulled out all the equipment that was here that's going to be needed as part of that. I've got it here in my inventory. We're going to need this crusher. Come on, words come out of my throat. We're going to need this enrichment chamber, and we're going to need the energized smelter, along with those 2 barrels. So I pulled all that out of here. We'll remake some for up here for our personal use. I went ahead and ran some power downstairs, because that's where we're going to hide all this garbo. And here's all the machines we need to make. So I said we got to make an enrichment chamber, because that is a piece of the recipe for the purification chamber. So we're going to need to do that. Tell you what, let's bring a... Don't I have another crafting thingamabobberdealio over here somewhere? Bam. We will use these little goober half slabs. They will work just fine. So let's go ahead and craft this guy. This is for our enrichment chamber. Boop, 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 boop. So we got all the materials there. Enrich. Nope, not the ultimate. There we go. We'll want that one. Boom. So we got that. Now that's going to be used as a part of the recipe for this. But we need these guys as well. So let's pull these out because we need to take these and turn them into those. Because they are also a piece of the puzzle. So these advanced control circuits go in a pattern like so. And we're going to make this purification chamber. So let's go ahead and do that. Purification. Not the factory, the chamber. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to need that. Now we need an electrolytic separator. Now remember we need to make that, whatchadoodle. We need to make this guy, electrolytic core. And this is the pattern for that. Remember we just put this stuff in a crusher before I rip the crusher out. We went ahead and put that stuff in there and flattened it out for us. Let's take these extra E's off of there. And let's make our core. Boom. Now that will be a piece of the puzzle for this guy. It goes right there in the middle. And we will make our electrolytic separator. Boom. Like so. And then we've got our electric pump. And it's relatively easy. So we will come down and make our pump right there. Boom. Bam. Boom. And I have gone ahead and made us some cables of the various different types. Now what I didn't do is grab... I've got a water bucket here in my inventory, but I don't have two. I should carry two. That way we can make infinite water sources wherever we need to go. So yeah, let's go down and see what we can figure out to make this thing. Now I just ran our power cord off into here and I hollowed out this little bit of a room, little space. I can't go up any higher because the foxes are right there. So this unfortunately is going to have to stay dirt. And like I said, I have zero intention of ever coming into this room again once we set it up until we go to tier 4. So we're going to pipe the materials we want to triplicate from the up here, from the higher level. We're going to send them into this room, process them, and then send the results back upstairs. So the last thing in the line is the energized smelter. And I want to kind of go about this backwards. So we need, where's our smelter? This guy. This is last. Feeding into that is our enrichment chamber. So this guy. Feeding into that is our crusher, which is here. Feeding into that is our purification chamber. Bam. And then these two support the purification chamber. So this is the order of material, last to first. So I think I want to, kind of want them here. Kinda. I wonder if I should dig this wall over a few more. Then I kind of want them here too, but then that's gonna make. No, this will work. So boom, bam, boom, and bam. Okay, so that's the order of machinery. And what that's going to do is allow us to use less cables because we have the machines together in the right order. So whatever goes into this one can then be pushed into this one, can then be pushed into this one, can then be pushed into this one, and then shoved out. So it will work to our interest. Now we want to, we're going to dig another hole here because we're going to have to get a logistical cable in here. And let's get, first and foremost, some power on these guys. There we go. Got them all powered. Now we've still got these two to worry about. Now, this pump has to pump something. That something is water. So we're going to need an infinite water source for it to sit upon. And it's going to feed into this guy. We want it to feed, well, it's going to feed the water, into this guy, our electrolytic separator. So we're going to feed water in here, and then we're going to pull other liquids out here. Now, water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. We want to convert it into said things. Yeah, and then we're going to feed the oxygen here into the purification chamber. So I'm almost thinking we don't care about the hydrogen. We're just going to dump that. I don't need it for this tier. I'm almost tempted to do this. Boom, like so. So that way we can feed directly into it. I could turn this guy around. Feed the water in there. We need to see which side the hydrogen and oxygen come out. Okay, so we need the water. I've got our pump. It'd be nice if we could just put the pump directly on there. But I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. Yeah, pretty much positive that doesn't work. I wonder if I can get it, fit it in this corner here like so. Turn these 3 blocks into our infinite source, pull the water out, and send it down. That may be an option. Yeah, sorry, just thinking on my feet here, trying to figure out how I want all this stuff to look. Because I want it to be neat-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect by any means. But do want it to be decent. I have a feeling this is going to be the hydrogen side. And that is not going to work for us. I would really like to replace these blocks. Something other than cobblestone. I think we will. Oh, the andesite went into our dank tank. Let's see. So that can go there. And that's a dank tank. It's not a tank. Our dank box. I'm so used to saying dank null that without that extra word being there, it really feels weird in my mouth. Okay, so let's get to our andesite. I think that's andesite. Yeah. Good enough. And now let's go ahead and get our water. Boom. And bam. And we can get rid of that infinite source right there. Now this guy should have power, and he is pulling water. We see that it is pumping it over here. So it is consuming the power, sucking the water, and what it's doing is actually eating this infinite water source. It's just doing it so you don't actually see it. But when you speed this guy up, you got to be careful because it will actually drain that infinite water source. Now you can start seeing it. It's filled up the machine and it's starting to fill up the tube, which is really cool. Or pipe, I guess, in this case. So we need to get this guy some power and see what in the world he's going to do. So let's get our universal cables over here. I really don't want to go... I really want to try to keep this looking somewhat neat. Now he's got power. I knew that was going to be the hydrogen. Yeah, because if you look at it, you know, this way from the front of the machine, which is this side, that's the hydrogen, and that's the oxygen. Bummer. So I really need this on the other side. And no, you can't do that, unfortunately. Or can you? You didn't used to be able to do this. Maybe you can now. It's holding full of water. Okay, I can work with that. Go Mechanism, you rock. Alright, so now we got oxygen, we got hydrogen. We're pumping into water. I don't really like how that goes up and over, but what you gonna do? I mean, I could run it under here, I guess. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. We are gonna now have to put a logistical cable here because these two are no longer connected. Could have dug this out another block or two and been fine, but we can stay in here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I should refill my buckets before I forget. Because if I don't, I will forget and be mad at myself later. Okay, so we need to get that oxygen, which is a gas. Did I say liquid earlier? I might have said liquid. Anyway, we've separated the water into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, and we're pushing this oxygen gas over here. And what's cool is you see, you know, water is made of Earth's elements are H2O, so 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. So you see we have more hydrogen than we do oxygen. And this was up a little bit higher, but we filled this cable up, as well as we filled this machine up. So that's why it's a little bit lower right now. Now, in order to keep this machine cranking, the problem is it's filled up with hydrogen. That's the reason we're not worrying, you know, it's not filling up on oxygen, because the hydrogen tank is full and it's got nothing else to do. You know, it can't process anymore because the hydrogen's full. Because the hydrogen side is set to idle. That's what these buttons are. This button controls this side. This button controls this side. So we need it to dump the excess hydrogen so it will continue making oxygen. Now we see that oxygen going up. So the choices are dump excess, dumping, which will just flush everything, or idle. Which means when it gets full, the machine is going to go idle and not do any more work. So usually I leave it on dump excess. Be careful though, because this guy will keep running until this side gets full. If you leave both on dump excess, this machine will never stop running. It will always be on, thus always consuming your power. So it's best to leave at least one side on idle. That'll depend on what you're doing in your environment. So now we've got the oxygen coming in here. We need to get the ore to come in here and then be pushed out into this machine. So for that, we will use a logistical transporter. Boom. And we need to set the crusher to accept. We go to gray. There we go. An input on this side and an output on this side. Perfect. With auto eject on. We need to set the enrichment chamber to input. Go gray there. And output. And then we need to set the smelter to input, output. Auto eject on. Auto eject on. Auto eject on. Now this guy, let's check his settings. So he is getting input from the top, output from the side. This should actually be purple, which is the extra. I'm using air quotes, but you can't see it because you can't see my hands. But I'm doing air quotes. This is the extra, is the oxygen. So this is pretty much set up now. You see this logistical cable's connected. So if we go grab an ore or two, we can see what hopefully this thing will do. That would not be ores. These would be ores. How about some Eron? So we'll just grab a couple. Let's go ahead and make sure our solar panels are working. And get some good go-go juice. So let's take the shield off because it's kind of bugging me. And let's pop back down into our secret chamber of ore duplication amazingness. So if we feed this machine one ore, we see it turns on, it processes, it sucks all the power because it has no power connection. I'm going to have to give it a power connection here in just a second. And it makes iron clumps. Now those are not leaving this machine. Why are they not leaving this machine? What did we do wrong? Output, yes. Oh, we didn't set auto eject to on because we're morons. Let me go ahead and make sure we give this machine power before we move any further. So for that, man, I really wish, you know what? I really don't like this being up here like this, as I keep stating over and over and over again. So I think we can fix that. Okay, so where were we? We made 3 iron clumps. Now this you probably haven't seen before unless you've been in Mekanism. This is a special thing to Mekanism, these iron clumps. And I should have left them in the machine. Again, I'm a moron, because we need to set this to auto eject on. Now what should have happened is this logistical cable would have carried it over into this machine. So we'll put the 3 iron clumps into the crusher. It's gonna smashificate them, and it'll take a hot minute. We have no speed upgrades or any such things in here. Now you see it shoved that over here. It shoved the dirty iron dust, which is awesome, in here into our enrichment chamber. It has enriched it to just iron dust, and now it is processing it into iron ingots. Now the cool thing is, it's going to do 3 of them. So this machine is going to process 1 time. These machines are going to have to process 3 times. So let's let them kind of get close to done. There we go. Before we throw this next ore in. From here on out, we should see it just process all the way through. There we go. 3 iron ingots. So I'm going to not put anything in them now other than this 1 ore, and it should make it all the way through. So he's refilling the oxygen, which is awesome. He's processing the ore, turning it into 3. That happened over here. I didn't move it myself. Fantastic. Again, it just flipped through this little cable back here. This guy's going to turn the clumps into dirty. The dirty. And then the dirty gets enriched and turns into iron dust. Then the iron dust gets smelted into ingots, and it's all a beautiful thing. So now we need a way to get the ore in this room and the ingots out of this room. And this presents a problem because we need access to a space of this machine. So this is going to need to move. This is new. I did not know you could waterlog these. That's awesome. Oh, that is so cool. That looks trippy weird though, like that, where it's just not waterlogged there, but it's waterlogged there. That's so cool. Oh, hallelujah. Minecraft 1.15, you're awesome. Well, Mekanism and Minecraft together. Y'all are awesome together. You have to be together. There you go. Better together. Okay, so we're done with the universal cable. We're going to need a pressurized tube. Pop that in. So we're getting oxygen again. Fantastic. Perfect. Oh, that's amazing. Amazing, I tell you. Now we can run a logistical cable. Boom. Right there, like so. So we're going to tell this guy your input's from the top. We're going to tell this guy, I think we have his output over here. We could just take it from the top if we wanted to. It doesn't really matter. We are going to need, you know what? I think we're going to do colors. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys some fancy things you can do with Mekanism in the case of item transportation to different machines with the same cable. So this machine, we're going to switch to the output instead of being there. We're going to say it's there. Perfect. And then we're going to run the cable up that way. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's go up here. See where we want to run these cables to. Where do we want to run the cables? I'm half thinking here. Right? If we did like a barrel here and there. I mean, obviously it would be easier here. It'd be less cable management on our second floor down there. Plus, I think there's a light there that we'd have to move. Because these are where the machines are, right? Or not the machines, the barrels are right here. So we could instead bring it out this hole instead of this hole. Could we do that attractively? That is the question. Again, we're never going to come in this room again, but still, I like things to look nice. So there's one. I should replace these dirt blocks with some wood so they look better. Well, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. So now we need our, let's switch this over into bag mode, get our configurator. And this should be, ooh, okay. So we got to figure out which one of these we want to be an output and which one of these we want to be an input. Let's get our signs so we don't forget. Perfect. I think you will be one. You will be, what will you be? Or dupe input. And you will be or dupe output. Perfect. So you're in, you're out. Let's remember that. Bet you $1 screw it up. Okay, your input. By input, I mean to the system, so you should pull out of that drum. Your output, which means output from the system, so you should be inserting into that drum. There you go. Perfecto. Now I need to change the colors, which means, remember we looked at the block, and we decided there's these little halves, or little slivers of like 1/8 of a block, and then 1/8 of a block, and then a half of a block here. That's not enough block. Quarter, and half. Yeah. So remember we clicked on the quarter to turn it into, you know, inputs and outputs. So that's an input, output, input, output. The middle here, we can do some fancy things. If you notice I click on it, it says current color none down there in the bottom left-hand corner. I can change the color. Now I gotta make sure I'm clicking on that middle section. And I'm gonna change this one to blue. So you got to shift to do that, but now this one's blue. So our input is blue. So we want to take this, where it comes out and goes into the system, we want it to go toward blue. And we want this, see it's blue now, we want it to be green. So output into our system is green, so we're going to shift and switch this to green. Perfect. So now we should hopefully get the right thing. So let's go see. I'm going to do this from underneath. Let's grab a few iron just in case. And put our beautifully processed ores away. So if I'm going to do it from under here so we can see what's happening. I'm going to put 2 ore in. No pull. Why you no pull? Why you no pull? Input on your green. So it should know where to send you. You're green. You're pulling. What did I screw up? Oh, dang it. Okay, I forgot the rule of Mekanism. Yeah. I make a boo-boo. I make a boo-boo. Okay, so we need to come in here. Boom, that needs to go there. I think that's going to look a little better anyway. We have to come a layer above because it can't come through a color. Hey, I'm out of cable. Am I seriously? Rude? Dang, I can't believe I forgot that. Well, no, I totally can believe I forgot that. I should not have forgot that. That's the better way to say that. There we go. Green. Green. And why you no pull? Oh, you did pull. Haha. Why? Oh, because these guys came out of the barrel before I had set a color. Dang it, Bobby. Now they have nowhere to go. So we're just going to break the cable, pull them out, put the cable back, because there was no color matching, you know, where to send them. Now they're going to come out and see they're coated green. See, they put a little green box around them. So they're going to travel until they hit green. Just super cool. That is so awesome. And they're going to get processed. Perfect. First time, right first time, every time. That's me. So, these are going to sit here and cook a minute. Did we forget to... Oh, we might have forgot to put another... First time, every time, right? That's me. How do I get over there? Dang it. Bam. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Actually, solar power. Perfect. Let you cook for a second. Bam. Nice. You saw there were 6 in here a second ago, so you did turn those 2 ore into 6, which is super cool. Dirty dust turns into regular dust, gets cookerated, turns into ingots. We should see those ingots spit out and hopefully go where we want them to go. Come on, baby. Do things. Not do what do we do. Object on output. Why you no go? You're set to output. I can see you outputting. Do I need to let this no go? Output. Checked on. Come on, pull it out and code it blue. Make a thing happen. No! Why are you not work? Why are you making me? Why you vex me, game? I should not have to do that, but apparently I do. Because of the coding, the color coding, it's forcing me to set that as an output, which normally you would not have to do on a Mekanism machine, but because of the color coding, because it's coding as it's coming out, I do have to tell it, hey, go ahead and code. Or go ahead and take it as an output and code those for me. So it is now. And they're going into the right place. Fantastic. So. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So what I'm going to do is let this process. And we're going to go upstairs and we're going to run a batch. And we're going to see what happens. Dirty dust. Oh, the dirty dust. Oh, we're all clean dust now. So much clean dust. Oh, the clean dust. Okay, last one. East one. Come on, come on. One more. There we go. Oh, there we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful. So what we're going to do now is I am going to take... I wanted to do an entire stack of gold, but I don't have an entire stack of gold. Let's do... well, crappers. What do I have an entire stack of that I can actually utilize? Not bismuth. Who the heck uses bismuth? Oh, goofy stuff. Let's do osmium. Because we're going to be doing more mechanism, thus we're going to be using more osmium. So I'm going to put it here in the input. 64 of them. Boom. We're going to let it cook right, and we should see 3 stacks of osmium ingots come out of this sucker by the time he's done. So in the meantime, I'll probably work on building us another crusher, another smelter, and another enrichment chain. Oh, I can hear the crusher. Dang it. So I'll work on building us a couple more machines that, so we can use personally up here. We'll put another universal cable there. Perfect. In that way, we'll be good to go. Oh, I hear it cooking. We should get our first ingot in here in just a moment. Looks like it sent all 64. There we go. First ingot. Fantastic. Okay, let's let this guy cook. Make sure we come back with 3 stacks of osmium ingots. Alright, everything's been processed, and 3 stacks of osmium. Nice. Did go ahead and get those other machines remade, and spent the time doing a little bit of minor amount of terraforming out here, just turning the podzol back into grass, because that podzol is pretty darn ugly. But yeah, nothing I'm sure happened to any wandering traders. These are actually bred by me from the traders' llamas, so they will persist in the world this time, unlike the last batch we got, which did not. So I just took the 2 that he had and bred them up with some hay bales, and now we got 2 permanent llamas. Don't know what we'll use them for, but it's cool to have at least one of all the animals, just in case. But I do think the door's going to close on my face. There we go. I do think that's going to do it for this episode. Sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. As always. There we go. And until next time, y'all get out there, make some noise. See ya.